Let's either. Patient, good morning.
Good morning,
There's
Jace.
just, yeah, it's actually done.
Ah, wait a minute. Do I hear some other sounds? Okay, it's done. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Huh?
we can.
Huh?
Good morning,
Yes,
Ray.
yes, we can.
Yes.
Whose
Good
voice
morning,
is?
Ray Hill. Yes.
Yes, Satchidananda.
Who is saying yes? We can. I can hear some extra sound. Hello?
Dice que está escuchando, dice que escucha un ruido que de quién es. I cannot hear.
Well,
Wait
I
a
cannot
minute.
hear.
Well, I I think there's something going on. It might be the AI.
Okay. Debe ser la inteligencia artificial, dice.
Voice translation has been turned off. Okay. Can you hear anything else?
No, I hear everything. I hear only you.
Yeah. Can you increase your volume?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Wonderful. Well, we have a beautiful morning with Dada. With Dada, as Dada, along with Dada, at the feet of Dada, everywhere
Tenemos
Dada.
una hermosa mañana con Dada, en todos lados Dada siempre da Dada.
Yes. Is it recording? Tell me if it's recording.
No. Not, sí, yes.
Yes, it's recording, right? Huh?
Sí, está grabando, ¿no?
Okay, good. Very good. Well, so with that, we let us see and be with Pujya Dadashri within, and also with Niruma behind Rhine Hill. Yeah. Yay, Sachidananda. That's wonderful.
Estamos con Dada dentro y con Niruma detrás de Rangel.
Yeah.
Jai Satchidananda.
Niruma's presence is as pervasive as you know, is there within all Mahatmas of Dada, especially the ones who have not seen her, you see. Those who haven't
Niruma
seen.
siempre está dentro de todos los Mahatmas y aún más dentro de aquellos que no la han visto.
Yeah, those who haven't seen her, there is the energy of the celestial beings that makes it possible. So it makes you feel as if Niruma is here with you, you know.
Es la energía de los seres celestiales que están con ustedes.
You know, there was. Okay, so let us begin with the three mantra. Yeah.
Empecemos con el Trimantra.
Who would like to sing? Rose. Three mantra. Anila? Anila.
Yeah.
Good.
The mantra. Namo Sita Dadai. Namo Adihantana. Namo Ositana. Namo Ayadiyana. Namo Vatayana. Namo Roesapasana. Eso Panchana Mukaro. Sarvapa Vapanashano. Mangalanam Tawe Savitri. Padamam Havon Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchidananda. Namo Sita Dadai. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Titanam, Namo Ayadhyana, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Lovetabhasaunam, Eso Panchanamukaro, Tauvapa Vapanatano, Mangalanam Kavetavati, Padamam Pavam Mangalam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Ye Satchitana, Namo Vidadaya, Namo Adihantanam, Namo Sitanam, Namo Ayadyanam, Namo Vasayanam, Namo Lovetabhasaunam, Eso Panchanamukado, Sauvapa Vapanachano, Mangalanam Kavetavati, Padamam Pavan Mangalam, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Ye Satchitanam, Ye Satchitanam, Ye Satchitanam, Ye Satchitanam, Ye Satchitanam.
Jai Sachidan, Jai Sachidan. Wonderful. When our Gnani Purush Dadashri was a little boy, Ambalal was a little boy, he was a tough kid. He, in other words, was pretty strong, and, while playing with other boys, somehow it happened that he injured another boy, and, that boy had a little blood on his face or something. And he came home, and his mother told him, never do that. Can you just imagine how much pain the mother of that boy must be feeling?
Cuando Ambalal era un niño duro, eh, y a veces lastimaba a otro niño y sangraba. Por ejemplo, y cuando iba a su casa, la madre le decía que si él se podía imaginar el dolor que tendría la madre del otro chico que él hirió.
Don't come home after hurting or beating anyone. Come home after taking a beating, and if you are hurt, I will take care of you, she says.
No vengas a casa cuando herís a otro, ven a casa cuando otro te hiera y yo te voy a cuidar.
So we learn, that even the parents of these very great, absolutely revered human beings all over this world, they also have something that is beautiful. They too have these values, and such a child never grows to be vicious or hurtful if the parents are hurtful, you see. So the little children follow whatever they see within their parents, you see.
Aún los padres de estos seres tan maravillosos no eran, no herían a otros, ellos le transmitían sus valores a los chicos.
Yeah.
Y así le transmitieron el valor de herir
Yeah.
al otro.
We see this all around in this world, Yesterday, we, for a long, it was a long speech by the King Charles of England in the U.S. Parliament, you see. Sorry, the U.S. Congress, you see. And whatever he spoke, every third or fourth sentence, everybody would stand up and give him a standing ovation, you see.
Ayer vimos, esto pasa todo alrededor del mundo, dice, ayer en el discurso que dio Carlos III al Congreso de los Estados Unidos, todo el mundo se paró y aplaudió de pie las palabras que dijo.
Yeah. And then you can see that he has a lot of qualities from his mother, the Queen of England, and also the great-grandmother. You can see these qualities that are coming through in the speech of the current king, you see.
Él tenía muchas cualidades de su madre, la reina Isabel, y ahora sí, de su abuela. Y eso fue lo que le hizo hacer tan gran discurso ayer.
The current environment in the U.S. government is absolutely full of hurtful words, and vicious words and fighting and especially telling the other people that they are evil, they are bad, they are no good,
El clima político en Estados Unidos es terriblemente hiriente hacia el otro, está lleno de palabras que hieren al otro y muchas palabras feas.
And so this speech, even though these are words, was a very refreshing thing to hear because you never hear such wonderful words where both sides of how the Congress, the Republicans and the Democrats both stand up and give a standing ovation, you see. Everybody is appreciative.
Las palabras del rey fueron una bocanada de aire fresco porque los dos partidos se pusieron de pie y aplaudieron.
Yeah. So no matter what this proves is, no matter how violent the world may appear externally, whether it is in North America or in Central America or in Middle East or anywhere in the world, deep down inside, every human being wants to come home to that which is that which stops hurt, is not hurtful. And that is because the Amapura, the Rhinasile within all of them is by nature blissful, you see. By nature, the essential core of every human being is the Rhinasile, which is blissful, and anytime anything that is helpful or pleasant, that delivers or that gives pleasure to other human beings, that is pleasant to hear, is are words that are part of this presence of the Rhinasile, the Amapura, the Shuddhatma Bhagwan, you see.
Y no importa qué tan violento sea el mundo, todo el mundo busca volver a su hogar donde no viene el otro, donde le da felicidad al otro y no es herido. Y esa es la influencia del alma pura, la dicha del alma pura, que está en la esencia de cada uno de los seres vivos.
Yeah. This leads us to understand in our science that even the most vicious and hurtful and hateful human being, deep down, deep inside, his soul is absolutely pure. You see, his presence.
Y
Yeah,
esto nos lleva a entender que cada ser humano, aún el más vicioso de los seres humanos,
yeah,
es un alma pura.
yeah. And this is the and so we see that we begin to see so much more that that do not get affected by what we see externally in human beings, but move towards the positive. Is there something positive here? Is there something positive? Because the positive is, is too exists in the worst of the human beings that we have around us. And these actions and these words and this behavior, this conduct of such people, we now realize that this is how it is. You see, this is how it is.
Y esto nos hace ver a nosotros como Mahatmas, vernos como alma pura y entender que toda esta violencia es así como el mundo es. Así
Yeah.
como el mundo es.
This is how it is, and that is the puzzle, you see. And this is how it is, and that is what the world is. The world is the puzzle. And there are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle, you see. Otherwise, it just
Y esto es como es, y nos hace entender que el mundo es unificable y es así como es.
Yeah. So the puzzle continues. Give me 1 minute. I just realized that Shuddha is not wearing his hearing aids.
Ahí pide que le demos un minuto.
And so I'll be right back and wear them so then I can have more energy in my voice.
Okay. Dice que le demos un minuto que va a volver con más energía en su voz.
Yeah, because when you don't hear yourself well, then you have to work harder to bring the sound level up, you see. Yeah.
Tiene dolor de oído si no se escucha bien y ahí tiene que hacer un esfuerzo. Entonces,
All right, okay. Be right back. Uh-huh.
¿Ustedes me escuchan bien? ¿Me escuchan bien?
Es lo que te iba a decir,
Ahora sí.
más o menos.
Acabas de hacer algo, Damián, sí, acabas de hacer algo que se escucha muy bien ahora.
Ahora no toquemos nada entonces. Ahí está.
Sí, ahora sí.
Okay.
Son los auriculares, Dami, ¿te acordás que a veces te pasa?
Sí, es porque se le acaba la pila, qué sé yo. Pero bueno, acá estamos. Levántenme la mano si no escuchan bien, así yo me doy cuenta, porque si no, ustedes aguantan el volumen bajo y yo lo puedo arreglar desde acá. ¿Cómo estás, Rosy?
Bien.
Esta chitana se escucha como un poco lejos.
¿Lejos?
Al menos, sí, al menos Rosy escucha así.
A ver, ahí trato.
No se escucha con la misma intensidad que ayuda.
Ok.
Yes. Okay, so we learn. We learn, this everything now that that kind of even transiently occupies our chit or our attention in this relative world, we learn. What do we learn? So all of a sudden we are aware that we are just the neutral, silent observers of all that is happening, but while at the same time we are able to see the different prakrutis and the world as they are without opinions. This is how it is, you see. This is how it is.
Y así es como vamos entendiendo a nuestro propio chit, que va viendo en dónde se va deteniendo en las cosas que van pasando en el mundo y qué es lo que aprendemos. What do we learn?
We learn because we do not get involved. You see,
y lo que vamos aprendiendo es a no quedarnos envueltos en todo este tipo de cosas que va viendo en nuestro chit.
Yeah, we learn because we learn because we just kind of, we're free from the distraction of anger, pride, deceit, and greed. Like we don't. It is the anger, pride, deceit, and greed. Our anger, pride, deceit, and greed that makes us get involved with these things. But now.
Y eso es porque estamos libres de nuestros calláis, de nuestra ira, orgullo, apego y codicia. Y por eso es que podemos ver esto como externo a nosotros.
Yeah. So we anger, pride, deceit, and greed continues with their discharging subatomic particles, but we have, because of our increasing self-awareness, increasing awareness of who we really are, this automatically does not affect us. It is not that anger, pride, deceit, and greed have completely vanished, but they have decreased to such an extent in file 1, in Reinhold, in Marcela, that now you have the vision of the self that lets you see it from the view of Dada himself. You see, this is how Dada has structured our Akram Vignan liberation, you see.
Y aunque nuestro ira, orgullo, apego y codicia se vayan descargando, nosotros podemos ver realmente quiénes somos y cómo eso se descarga. Y a medida que pasa el tiempo, esa descarga nos va dejando ver cada vez más y más quiénes somos.
Yeah. You see, it's not that we were any different, like before the Gnan Vidhi, from all of these other people in the world who every time they watch some news or every time they see something happening, they're automatically involved in it, and therefore they say, I'm not going to look at it. I don't want to see it, But even if you don't see it, the intellect which is the seer, is inside, and so the more you avoid it, the more it comes back to you. You see, in the old pre-Gnan, before Gnan Vidhi, you see, you cannot avoid what the world is, in front of you. You cannot avoid your relative reality, you see.
Y eso nos diferencia de la gente que ve las noticias y se queda envuelta en las historias de las noticias y dice, no quiero ver esto. Y cuanto menos lo quiere ver, más se lo imagina y igualmente se queda atrapado. Eso es para la gente que no ha recibido nada.
So, from all of those, and even as these words are coming out, these are essentially words of Dada. Even as the world continues to unfold, more violence, less peace and harmony, that is our Kali Yuga now. You, from infinite previous lifetimes where we were also completely dissolved and completely involved in this, all of a sudden, like through this amazing grace experience of our self, our presence, we find ourselves a million miles away, high above any anything that might affect us. It doesn't affect us. It may affect Luz, it may affect Anila, but it doesn't touch us. And even we realize that if the only reason Anila got affected, or only reason Damian got affected, is because there was a little account of Damian. And once the account is over, then there is no force in this world that can touch you and I, you see? No force, no energy, no power. No one has the authority, Dada says, to hurt you. No one has the authority.
Bueno, y así es como Dada estructuró esta ciencia, digamos. Y ahora que estamos viviendo el tiempo del Kaliug, y que desde infinitas vidas nosotros estuvimos absorbidos y absortos por las cosas que nos afectaran, hemos encontrado nuestro ser. Y eso hace que las cosas no nos afecten, excepto que tengamos una cuenta con esas cosas que nos afectan. No hay poder que nos pueda afectar, dice Dada. No hay ningún poder ni ninguna autoridad que tenga el poder de afectarnos a nuestro ser.
So, last satsang we had a series of Aptasutras, new Aptasutras that essentially gave us a deeper understanding, a more meaningful understanding on the word Sooj. You said the Sooj, the inner intuitive knowledge. You see, the inner intuitive knowledge that is not associated with intellect, which creates fear, and anxieties and worries and fault finding of others. You see, the inner intuitive stock it doesn't look at the milk that has been spilled, and gone, is lying all over, but it looks at what's still in the glass. And so the first attempt is pick up the glass so that you can save this much milk, you see. And that's exactly what Dada has done all his life. He would never blame, he would never hurt, he would be very careful in terms of protecting the human being who has fallen down, ego has been beaten down. He will first lift him up, give him energy, you're fine, whereas the world will say, you're the guy, you're a bad person, you need to improve yourself, etc. See?
En los últimos satsangs, en el último satsang hemos estado analizando algunos aptasutras que se refieren a la palabra Sooj, que es el conocimiento intuitivo interno. El Sooj es un stop intuitivo y Dada, por ejemplo, hizo una comparación con la leche derramada. Cuando se derrama la leche, lo que queda en el vaso es lo que Dada se focaliza. Dada siempre fue muy considerado con la gente que está caída, con los más débiles.
And you see, the beauty of Dada's words and Dada's Aptasutras is that now, whichever Aptasutra you read, you and I read, it makes absolute sense. It makes absolute sense. When it says it makes sense to you, there is no resistance at all. There is no why or how in it, you see. We just, there is total acceptance because that which is part of the home is part of the home, you see.
Y estos aptasutras tienen total sentido para nosotros, no hay preguntas de cómo, qué, cuándo, porque estos Aptasutras son parte de nuestro hogar.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we see, I need to get rid of these things here. Let me see. Let us now, we continue now. I will give you one sutra and then then we proceed with our standard text, you see, of the GD. Okay.
Vamos a leer un Aptasutra y luego proseguimos con nuestro texto de siempre.
Yeah, and so let me just give you the sutra now. And it's Dada is saying essentially in sutra number 5063. Okay, 5063.
El Aptasutra 5063.
Dadashri says that the essence, the ultimate essence of all the scriptures of our world, all the scriptures, is to bring home the chit vrutti, the chitta vrutti. Let me just write it down for you, and then we kind of talk about it. 5063, Aptasutra.
Dice que el Aptasutra dice 5063 dice que la última esencia de todas las escrituras que existen en el mundo es traer el chit, el vrutti, chit vrutti es la energía del chit a nuestro hogar. Shuddha, it was recently published satsang in Guru Purnima, I think that was 2016, that the Gnani talk about the tendencies of the chit.
Yes.
And it seemed to me that is the beginning of everything, is to first visualize where is our chit and then bring it home. It's very interesting. There are 4 videos of half an hour. Beautiful. I've seen them like 3 times.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yes. So this is
Rahul is asking how we generate our tendencies, our behavior, and it's a whole process that begins on the chit. Everything begins on the chit.
Yeah, the chit vrutti. Yes. Is it we as the awakened ones know whether we are moving in the direction of what the chit shows us, you see. The chit shows us something, and but we are the knowers and the seers, so you can continue to see what the chit shows you, whether it is a beautiful dress in a shop, in a mall, or whether it is, a beautiful plate of food displayed in some very special restaurant, you see. You see it. You just see it, And so that is who we are. We have now become the absolute seers and knowers of the chit. Why? Because the chit has become pure. It has become pure because that is who we are. Purity of knowledge and vision is pure soul. You see, absolute purity of knowledge and vision. What you know and what you see. What knowledge and vision is at the relative level, what you have seen and what you know about it. It gives you this knowledge, vision, and so the chit lets you see that. You see, if you have, for instance, if you have seen some very unique, you have seen and tasted some very unique, delicious grapes, okay, huge ones that are unique in their taste. If you have tasted them, then you will know that all other grapes are not as good as that one, you see.
Let me translate. Nosotros como conocedores y observadores siempre sabemos, podemos observar dónde está nuestro chit.
Yeah.
y conocer para dónde se está dirigiendo.
Yeah.
Si estamos en el mejor de los lugares, con las mejores de la ropa, nuestro chit se queda enredado ahí. Nosotros lo podemos saber y lo podemos ver. Podemos ver, por ejemplo, si estamos comiendo un racimo de uvas y probamos la más rica, sabemos que las otras no son tan ricas como esas que probamos.
So the chit vrutti is the inclination. The chit vrutti is the inclination, is the tendency, is, you're leaning towards it. You want to go there. Chitta vrutti, you see. Chitta vrutti leans towards that very special grape, which is there also being offered to you along with other grapes. You just go you just go and pick that one up, you see.
Entonces el chit vrutti es la inclinación, es la tendencia, es aquello que nos hace inclinar hacia la uva más rica y tomarla.
And why? Because it has already experienced the taste of it, and it has also, in the intellect, is able to decide, yes, I have had all kinds of grapes and those other grapes are fine, but this one is outstanding. This one is superb, right? So the human intellect is continuously kind of making differentiations. Not this, but this. Not this experience, but wow, that experience was so much. You're talking about grapes, or it could be just sex with another human being. You see, like this is everything that is associated with an awareness.
¿Y por qué nos inclinamos hacia la uva más rica? Porque ya experimentamos el gusto y sabemos que esa es la más rica, porque interviene ahí nuestro intelecto. Nuestro intelecto siempre está diferenciando, siempre está, por eso es que nos gusta una persona. Sí.
Yeah. So what happens is this chit vrutti, you see, is actually the Gnan and Darshan, the knowledge and vision that continues to kind of explore, continues to give the ego intellect an experience. Wow, that was good. That was good, not bad, but that other was wow, amazing, you see. And then and on and on and on. This vrutti, and it could be in anything. It could be in anything, including satsang. Including satsang, the intellect continues to compare, wow, this is nice, but this is nice, but this is nice. The Gnata Drashta, the knower, the blissful knower, is aware of all that is happening, whether it is in satsang or whether it is out in this world of pleasures. Nobody goes in, no chit vrutti goes towards pain, but when pain arises, there is no choice but for the chit to take you there and say, the chit will take you there, you say, and say, oh, and then you believe as if, boy, I'm hurting, this is, whereas I'm not hurting, this body is hurting in this here or in this part or this part, say, but this pleasure, pain signals are not touched when the chitta vrutti come home. They just turn around and come home, you see. The chit is simply lets you know that your big toe on the right foot is hurting, but it just keeps you aware of that pain, and you can see that it is painful, but you don't go there. You don't go and get involved in it too much, you see.
Este chit vrutti es el Gnani, el Darshan, el conocimiento y la visión, que explora y que le da al ego y al intelecto su satisfacción. Esto es bueno, esto no es tan bueno. Incluso el satsang es seleccionado por nuestro chit vrutti. Sabemos que nos gusta, que nos gusta. que no nos gusta. Y cuando ese chit vrutti viene al lugar, ninguna sensación de placer y dolor nos toca.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, you see, it's followed by the next sutra, which is important. You see, first is the essence of all religions, essence of all scriptures. And scriptures, of course, are the basis of all the religions. So the essence of all scriptures, the ultimate essence, is uh, to bring, like, just Adamian said, to bring the chits, vruttis home, you see. Whereas in Akram Vignan, we are not, bringing also means bringing home, up, bring it home. No, in Akram Vignan, there is simply no doership to bring it home. Just by our own purity, just by our own experience of the blissful self, the chit stops wandering there. The chit stops going here and there. This is the critical thing. Eh, You know, don't have to bring it home. We have within us the magnificent vision that is associated with our Amapura, preservation and progress, which is the five agnas. So with the five agnas, the chit vrutti automatically come home, you see, automatically come home. Mm-hmm.
Y como decíamos, la esencia de todas las escrituras esto es llevar al chit vrutti a nuestro hogar. Y eso no es nada que tenga que ver con el hacer, es simplemente experimentar nuestro propio ser. Y al seguir las cinco agnas, nosotros lo que estamos haciendo es llevar nuestro chit vrutti hacia nuestro hogar.
The five agnas do not change anything that is happening to the body complex, mind, speech, body complex of Marcela or Luz or Cecilia. It doesn't disturb that. It literally preserves you, places you in the exact purified knowledge vision, purified, absolutely, completely pure knowledge vision is Amapura, pure soul. So it just keeps you there, and therefore, it's like it's like returning to the source. I am the source. Before I used to call this grape much more pleasant than the other one. And I was running in that direction. I used to say the company of this human being of the other sex is more pleasant than the company of that other one. You see, this now is the Gnan Darshan, the source that says, it was part of me only. It was part of me going in there and projecting and making this opinions and getting involved in it, recognizing that all source of bliss, all source of what I'm seeking is right here where I am, right here. That is who I am. I am the source of infinite bliss. Hu Anant Sookh no kandachu. Hu Anant Sookh no kandachu. I am the total
Source of bliss.
Yeah. I am the total. Kand means, I am the, if you stick a big root bulb, inside the ground.
Non-caller.
If you sit a big.
Y estos, let me translate, estos 5 años no es nada que cambie la realidad de nuestro relativo, para nada. Es simplemente lo que nos ubica dentro de lo que nosotros somos y nos hace entender que nosotros somos la propia fuente de la dicha.
Yeah.
Y nos preserva. Y nos preserva.
Y nos preserva.
Yeah. By the way, we'll come back here. Remind me of the voice translator. You see, there is a voice translator on our Zoom that automatically translates into Spanish, you see, English into Spanish or Spanish into English, but it does not translate English into Portuguese. There are a few languages that it is working. I have never tried it, but we can be aware of it.
Tiene un traductor de inteligencia artificial que traduce el inglés
Artificial.
a español.
Oh, this one is coming.
Entrados de inglés español.
Oh, wait a minute.
Donkalo provo.
Oh, it just started again. There is and let me turn off because this thing is really kind of kicking in again and again. I can hear it, but you can't.
Yeah.
This guy is, shut up, I don't want to hear you. He's speaking Spanish when I speak English, you see. Where is it?
Okay.
Voice translator.
Está escuchando.
Stop voice translator. Okay, so I just stopped the voice translator. It's like if Shuddha alone is in satsang and he wants to speak in both languages, then in the voice translator will continue with the voice in Spanish, you see. I was sharing something like, it's a beautiful sentence. So, Anant Sookh no.
Va a compartir una hermosa oración en el chat escrito.
Chho, I have translated as I am the original source of infinite bliss.
La versión dice, yo soy la fuente original de la dicha infinita.
Because the word kanda, I have given it to you in the chat. The word kanda can only be explained as, you take a big root vegetable. It's got this part goes, and it's got a few leaves on top. But you stick this in the ground, all right? You stick this bulb in the ground. It's a kand. You come back after 3-4 months, it's got a huge plant. It's just, there is a huge plant.
Y esa palabra kand es un bulbo que tiene unas pequeñas hojas y que está enterrado. Y vos venís al cabo de 2-3 meses y es un enorme bulbo. Entonces de ahí viene la palabra kand, que es muy particular.
Then you wonder where it's come from. Then you realize, oh, you had put that thing inside the ground. You see? That source exists within every human being of this world, regardless of his state, regardless of what he's going through in life, you see. It exists within him. Only thing, he has no awareness of it. He doesn't even know that it is there. And for little pleasure, he runs around, you see. Little pleasure here, little pleasure here, little pleasure here, He runs
Y
around.
Shuddha hace un paralelismo entre ese bulbo que crece cuando vos lo enterrás en la tierra. Dice que en cada ser humano está esa misma esencia, esa misma alma, y que es una lástima que la gente no lo sepa. Y está buscando pequeños placeres por afuera de eso, y no se da cuenta que él es la misma fuente de la dicha.
Now,
I'm trying to translate word by word because it's so beautiful what you're saying that try to be careful not to miss anything.
I understand, Now we go to the next sutra. This is also on chit, okay? 5064, which says, Chit kyare na bhatke, jagat ma koi cheez ni kimmat na lage. To, wow. Okay, so now Dadashri says, when will the chit not wander? Okay, when will the chit not wander? Dada is asking this question. When will the chit not wander? Go here, go there, go everywhere, go, when will the chit not wander? That is the $1 million question, you see. And Dadashri's answer is, Jagat ma koi cheez ni kimmat na lage to. It is when.
La pregunta que hace Dada es, ¿cuándo el chit no vagará? ¿Cuándo el chit se quedará quieto? Que es la pregunta del millón, dice Shuddha.
And so Dadashri says, when will the chit not wander? When nothing in this world, I forgot, in the world, okay, in the world, add in the world, when nothing in the world will have an inner value for you. In other words, the value begins from inside, you see. He says, so when the value begins from inside, people walk on the beach here, we have a nice beach here, where Shuddha lives, and I see all the tourists come in as soon as they hit the beach, and then, the little children and some of the younger ones go down and pick up different shells, different shell, one shell, different other shell, another stone. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, this is so beautiful. Now let's pick it up, you see.
¿Cuándo el chit no vagará más? Es lo que pregunta Dada. Y dice, cuando ninguna cosa en este mundo tenga el más mínimo valor para ti. Y dice Shuddha que tiene la playa al lado de su casa y que los chicos van y juntan caracoles y los miran y les gusta. Cuando nada de eso tenga valor para ti, es que el chit se va a quedar solo.
Yeah. And then, you see, there are also kind of millions of things that are so created by people who want to sell something, that they will give you, they will present these things in so many different ways to you. So they, you go into a shop right there on the beach there, and there are all of these beautiful arrangements of these corals and this stuff on the shore, but now, it's arranged in such a way and it's joined in such a way that you will pay a lot of, money for it and take it home.
Dice que la gente que nos quiere vender cosas, nos muestra las cosas de tantos ángulos y de tantas formas, que finalmente queremos pagar y llevarnos la cosa a nuestra casa.
And so after a while, that, after a few months, it is sitting in your home, and then you'll say, what? Why is this thing here? Let me
Y
give
luego de unos meses estás en tu casa y decís, ¿qué es esta cosa que compré? No le ves el mínimo sentido.
Same with human beings. Another human being will say, what? Why did I hook up with this person? I was perfectly fine
Lo
with
mismo con los seres humanos. Dice, ¿por qué estoy pegado a esta persona? ¿Quién me manda a estar con esta persona?
This shit, it plays so many games with you. You're saying, what is the value? The only value is the Amapura inside. You see? And so this man who is now in his, 30 years or 40 years of marriage, or, 20 years, if he develops the vision of love, real love, through coming home, if he himself attains love, embodiment of love, you see, prem swarup, the Gnani is the embodiment of love, you see. If he now gets graced by the Gnani, now love begins within him, and he starts seeing his partner or his file, with a different view. And the more he sees her, the pure soul in her, the more she sees the pure soul in him, just the pure soul. Slowly and surely, all those negativity and fights just kind of dissolve. You don't have to dissolve them. You don't even have to do pratikraman. Pratikraman, of course, speeds it up. But pratikraman means you're just saying, oh Amapura within that person. So pratikraman, the essence of pratikraman is you're going back to the Amapura of that other person. You see, you are saying, oh Amapura, you are as pure as I am. In ignorance, I have caused so much hurt to you, means that person, and please forgive me. So this is again, it's the purity that heals, and it's the purity of the self only that brings the chit. That doesn't bring the chit home, because the chit is really home now. Eo Swama Pura Hu Anant Gnan Darshan Vadochu. I am infinite knowledge vision. You see, I am infinite knowledge vision. So what if a little bit of water from this ocean went the other way, it went in the land or this land, but I am the infinite knowledge vision. So there is no energy needed to bring the chit home, you see. You you just just be home, sit, relax, and say, I am, and it just is there, it comes back. Yeah.
El chit dice que no juega tantas malas pasadas, y que cuando uno conoce a Gnani, que es el embodiment de la realización del amor, uno empieza a ver a su pareja de una forma distinta, y hace pratikrama. El pratikrama es simplemente reconocer a la otra persona como alma pura. Entonces no hay nada que hacer para llevar el chit a la casa, simplemente estar en tu casa relajado y entender que somos la fuente de la dicha absoluta.
You see, so it's Dada calls this nothing, the value began from inside, and the value began from inside. I'm typing this up, began from within.
Dice que el valor empieza por dentro.
And it leaves from within. See, now so you see the value begins from inside. Oh, that grape, you see. Or, oh, that time with that person. You see, the value begins from inside, and yet the science that is in operation within each one of us now, you see, the science of the blissful one, I call it the science of the self. You see, the science of the self is such that there is no need for the intellect, there is no need for the ego, which is already gone. There is an ego makes you enter into residual doership. Oh, I've got to bring that chit vrutti back. I just keep going there. Dhamyan, Shuddha, that's wrong. You can't go there. No, none of this kind of internal breaks. There are no breaks. Breaks, yeah, Dhamyan may apply breaks, Shuddha may apply breaks, Anila may apply breaks. No, that chocolate cake or that raspberry torte looks very good, but no, it's not, no. Damian may apply the brakes, but there is something much more beautiful than the brakes. The brake applier and the brake and the accelerator are both this file one only, you see. It is not us, you see. We see when the brake is applied, we see that when the accelerator is applied, that's all, you see.
Entonces no hay cosa por hacer, no hay freno por tocar, digamos, para traer ese chit vrutti a su casa, digamos. No, no es una cuestión de hacer.
Yeah, you see this value, any value is given energy with opinions, you see.
Al valor de las cosas se le da energía a través de las opiniones.
You see? If everybody gives opinions, everybody tastes a little something and says, wow. And as soon as the lady who has served you that food hears 2 or 3 people saying, wow, marveloso, excellent, super, she is already designing some more recipes to make it even more interesting.
Y cuando vos decís, uy, qué bueno este sabor, y la gente empieza a opinar y te empieza a llevar tu opinión hacia el lugar, vos empezás a desarrollar más recetas para ver cómo haces ese sabor más interesante.
Yes. Jai Sachidanand Gabriel. Yes, good to see you.
Yes, Sachidanand.
Yeah. So we now, this, the value placed. We are the blissful knowers of all the values that we had placed on worldly things. Yes, on things that are that is the non-self. They're pudgals. They're different pudgals, filling, emptying complexes. The grape that has been given a lot of water and sun and other energies becomes nice, big and plump and shiny, big fat grape, you see, colorful.
Y así todo el valor de las cosas se le da a las personas. Si, por ejemplo, esa uva está grande y brillante y llena su sabor.
And so it is with all the pudgals, they fill up and they get shrink. They fill up and they shrink. They fill up and they shrink. You see,
Es como todos los pudgals, se infla, se desinfla, se entra y sale.
Yeah.
Y entonces.
And we call it the Vinashi Pudgal. Vinashi means it's not forever, It is not forever. It is temporary, you see. It's dying. It is dying, you see. Dying Pudgal.
Y eso se llama Vinashi Pudgal, quiere decir que no es para siempre, que se está muriendo. Está muriendo.
Yeah. So chit vrutti, and there are many other sutras on chit, and we will take in our different satsangs, we will take a few here and there, and and go deeper into it. And, this reminds me that this new Aptasutras, the new Aptasutras of 6 books need to be translated fast for you all, in English at least. Let's begin with it.
Dice que hay muchos otros Aptasutras que hablan del chit y que hay 6 libros nuevos de Aptasutras y que lo que le recuerda que nos tenemos que empezar a traducir, aunque sea al inglés.
Yeah. Okay, so now I share with you the where we left off last time. I have given you the
Shuddha, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
This Jagruti, where does everything begin? Because the Gnani says that we can begin doing Samaik and seeing where the chit gets caught. He says that as long as we stop the chit is in the process of stopping, we enjoy every time more the Samaik. And you can be in yourself. What do you feel when you're in Jagruti? You should.
Oh, enjoy. Just say it in Spanish.
Dice, le pregunto a Sudha, ¿cuál es el punto de inicio? Porque en unos videos que están ahora saliendo, el Gnani dice que lo primero de hacer es ver el Samaik, donde el chit se traba, donde se queda atrapado. Y a medida que empezamos a ver esto, empezamos a disfrutar más y más el Samaik, empezamos a estar más en el ser y decimos un poquito más de Samaik. Cosa que, bueno, para mí es muy difícil. Le pregunto, ¿qué se siente cuando empiezas a sentir esa dicha? ¿Qué sintió Shuddha?
It's a rising awareness now. Before, even after the Gnanvidhi, I can see all and countless scenes where Shuddha was deeply involved in pleasure, you see, and in going after different types of pleasure, you see, and pleasures of the five senses, etc., going after it, and now we see the meaning of it. What is the meaning of it? What was he looking for? And what was he looking for? And the answer is, this was the programmed discharge, you see. This was the programmed discharge. He still ran after pleasures, you see. And it kind of simultaneously, this inner awareness and the beauty of this satsang, you see, and the experience of every satsang, you see, raised so much bliss inside, so much knowledge inside, gnan inside. It is in gnan means experience inside, that it literally kind of moving away from it into it, believing I am enjoying it, went away, doesn't mean that Shuddha is not enjoying. So Shuddha continues to enjoy good food that is cooked by Niruma. You see, I taste it and enjoy it. Shuddha enjoys it, but now it has become more of being in the present. I don't get excited about it. I don't ask her, okay, make this again or make this, don't make this. No comments or criticism on the food, I just kind of see it. And I now also become aware that, even the food that was good for Shuddha, he's very thin. The food, I used to avoid it, but now, it goes inside, So it is a more wider view of this thing that is associated with no yearning, no desire this way or that way. Yes, Shuddha has desires. He would rather eat a chocolate cake and some coffee rather than the regular food. But that is his tendencies. This is how he is. You see.
So what makes us unhappy are our own tendencies.
What makes us unhappy is our ignorance. What makes us residual discharging ignorance? It is we kind of forget that who is sitting, who is doing all this, and who am I in all of this, you see. It's we somehow get carried away into this discharging enjoyment, you understand? And that is natural, and slowly, as the light of the self and the bliss of the self and the awareness of the self increases, then it becomes clear that this is Shuddha, he's eating, he should exercise, but he's not exercising, etc., etc. You know this, you see. But you accept him for what he is. There's no fight. There's no planning. There is no opinion, you see.
I will translate.
Uh-huh.
Le pregunto a Shuddha qué se siente estar en la dicha del ser. Y me dice, a medida que el conocimiento va avanzando, que vas creciendo, te vas dando cuenta las infinitas cosas que atrapan tu chit. Y a medida que las vas conociendo, te vas dando cuenta, las vas viendo como separadas. Y eso te va haciendo sentir una dicha que es cada vez más grande, porque nada te arrastra, vos solo te quedas en tu centro, en tu ser, y vos ves las cosas, ves al chit atrayéndose. Por ejemplo, él puede ver lo rico que es la comida que le prepara Nima, pero no es que pide más o que se excita por eso o que no le gusta tal otra comida, sino que va como capturando un centro y ves cada vez más claro cómo las cosas se van descargando y vos te ves como más afuera de eso. Y eso te produce una inmensa dicha.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see, this is a process of gradual progression. It is not fast, but it is exact, and you never fall from this. In other words, it's not something that you achieve and then it goes away. For instance, like if you if you exercise, you have worked your muscles, you feel good, but then you have to continue with it, because if you don't do it for 2-3 days, again your muscles feel, they don't want to do it. But this one here, this energy of the self that now stops going in the wrong, going away from you. This is the energy of the self that is going away into that which is not mine. You see, there is this amazing natural state of the self that accepts Shuddha internally as he is, and is no longer concerned with Shuddha's way of showing himself to the world. I recognize Shuddha is not moving around through the eyes of how others see him. He is looking at Shuddha from inside only now, you see. Before I was worried, I have to be careful about what I say, I have to behave in a certain way, etc., etc., etc. Now, because you are looking at yourself through the eyes of others, how others see you. Now I see Shuddha, and there are no other eyes to see when my eyes are on Shuddha. You see, now, I accept him, I accept him.
Dice Shuddha que este es un proceso muy gradual y que toma tiempo, pero que una vez que conseguimos un nivel, no nos caemos de ahí. No es como los músculos que si no los ejercitas se quedan, se caen, digamos. Y uno aprende antes él estaba preocupado con cómo el otro miraba a Shuddha, cómo los otros ojos miraban a Shuddha, y ahora él solamente ve a Shuddha con sus propios ojos y no le importa más nada, digamos. Entonces, es como un estado de dicha muy, muy, muy intenso, que es la propia energía del ser que va saliendo de...
Yes, I see. What Shuddha just described with his, his experience is exactly what is happening to you, each one of you in satsang, you see, because we just look back a little bit a few years ago what Yaya was like or what Cecilia was like, and now, how do you see Cecilia now? How do you see Luz now? You see, how do you see Reinhild now? This this is a this is this is not a transformation. This is the exactness of the view of the self. This and the major transformation has happened. Evasoma pura. I am not Damian. So the ultimate transformation has happened. Now we continue to see Damian or Anila.
Mirémonos a cada uno de nosotros hace 8 años, cómo éramos nosotros y cómo somos ahora, cómo nos veíamos, y dice que esto no es una transformación. La transformación pasó en la ceremonia, es simplemente una conciencia.
Yeah. I think that, it lets you open up in exactness. In other words, there's nothing to hide. I've just shared that I was, even after the Gnanviti, I was running after pleasures. I was, at the same time, I was involved in satsang and translations and Dada's websites and Dada's songs and Dada's Aptasutra recordings. And, so this side was going on, and yet this other side was going on. And now I understand discharge. ¿Sí?
Dice que aún él, después de la ceremonia, él estaba atrapado en presiones, que el satsang, que las traducciones, que las canciones, y ahora él está entendiendo que eso es simplemente descarga y que él es alma pura.
Yes, in other words, the more our attention shifts away from this Vinashi Pudgal, this one that is arisen and is moving towards its natural conclusion. Before it was unnatural conclusion. In other words, before Gnanavedi, we were constantly modifying, interfering with it. Don't look, I wonder what the Gnani will think about me. I wonder what that man that I respect will think about me. I wonder what my father will think about me. Goes on and on and on. My padre will say, hey, everybody gets hungry, everybody eats, everybody's chit wanders, everybody's chit moves towards pleasure, everybody goes to the toilet, everybody sleeps. This is how the Pudgals are. Why are you so concerned about what the other person thinks about you?
Y él dice que este Purga Vinashi quiere decir finito, que termina, que muere, es lo que nos fue guiando por infinitas vidas. Y aún en esta última vida siempre estábamos pendientes. ¿Qué va a opinar esta persona de mí, o esta persona, o mi padre? ¿Cómo me verá? Y finalmente todo el mundo come, todo el mundo va al toilet, todo el mundo tiene su chit vagando, y simplemente son cosas que van y que terminan.
Dada has a very famous sentence. It is in one of our Aptavanis and other books. It is that there are only 4 rooms in the home. You see, one is a sitting room. You're very good. Your sofas, this and that, and then there is the dining room, and then there is the toilet, and then there is the bedroom. You see, for the sex and whatever. So there are only 4 things that are going on. In the sitting room, you kind of fight with the world, and you have all kinds of, you build up more stuff, talking nonsense, and you eat, and so you fill in, and then you empty, and then of course the bedroom is also for rest, sleep and
dice que hay una frase muy famosa de Dada que dice que todas las casas tienen 4 habitaciones: el living, el comedor, el baño y el dormitorio. El living es donde te peleas con el mundo, el comedor es donde vos comés, el baño es para descargar y el dormitorio es para tu descanso y tu
Yeah.
sexo.
And
Y
you know,
dice que no hay nada más que 4 cosas en el mundo, esas 4 habitaciones.
for us it continues, the same continues in this chart, but now we are totally separated from the one who is in the living room, in the kitchen, in the toilet, etc., or is sleeping. The sleeper now, he's just his eyes closed, but when his eyes close, or when his eyes close at the end of the day, he is blissful, The day has passed without any Artha Dhyan or Raudra Dhyan. The day has passed without any disturbance. Wow, what a fantastic day. What a fantastic day. See?
Pero dice que cada día que pasa sin, uno va viendo las descargas en cada uno de esos cuartos y cada día que pasa sin tener Artadian o Raudrayan, que es no querer herir al otro o no herirte vos mismo,
Yeah.
es tan dichoso a medida que vemos la descarga ir pasando.
Yeah. So without Artha Dhyan and Raudra Dhyan, without any disturbance inside, for the relative in Dhamyan, there is Dharma Dhyan. This is called true religious meditation. No pain, not hurting anyone, not feeling hurt by anyone. Okay. And so Dhamyan is in natural. So the correction. Dhamyan is in religious meditation. This is the true religious meditation. Not no artha, no dravya, no raudra, no artha, no raudra. Dhyan means that is your attention, that which engages you, and simultaneously you are in Shukla Dhyan, Soyama Pura. You see? So this
Así
is...
que simultáneamente vos no tenés ni Raudrayan ni Artayan, que es ni querer ir a nadie, ni que nadie te hiera. Vos tenés esos estados de conciencia, de meditación, y paralelamente tenés Shukla Dhyan, que es la meditación de soy alma pura, soy alma pura.
And even if Artha Dhyan happens, it's pretty soon that you will become aware that, this guy is disturbed. Inside he is disturbed, you see. And instead of ignoring it and just, kind of not let the disturbance take you to involvement and then Raudra Dhyan, we have a key, we all have a key. We tell Shuddha, we tell Dhamyan, you're being disturbed. Is this a human being? If it's a human being, then you know what to do. You pratikraman for that person. You say immediately. Do the pratikraman. Then then you're free. Pratikraman makes you changes Artha Dhyan into Dharma Dhyan. You see, the pratikraman converts that negative meditation into religious meditation, Dharma Dhyan. This is our Dharma. The real nature of a human being is such that, he by nature, he has the birthright to be free from these negative meditations, you see. Every human being has the birthright.
Y para estas meditaciones negativas de Raudrayan y Artayan tenemos una hermosa llave, que es cada vez que herimos a un ser humano, eso nuestro pratikrama, que nos lleva al estado de meditación, de un estado negativo como Raudrayan o Artayan, a un estado de meditación religiosa como el Dharma Dhyan, en donde no tenemos disturbances.
When you begin by saying something to somebody else, you say the speech is the most difficult thing that speech is the most difficult thing to be aware of. you see, to be separate from. But the
Dice
speech
que
is the most...
la palabra es la cosa más difícil de verla separada, de separarse.
Yeah, the speech is the most difficult thing to be aware of, and therefore, in that kind of sense of I am speaking, is the beginning of pain and violence. You see, when you say I'm speaking, I'm saying something, listen to me, I'm saying, you better listen to me. I mean, this thing is from subtle violence, it has become overt, open violence, you see.
Y esa palabra de yo estoy diciendo algo, digo esto, es de enorme violencia y es en el entorno sutil y que luego se va a desencadenar en el entorno evidente como máxima violencia.
Yeah. Whereas maturity in life, maturity in life, even if you do not have Gnan, even if you are not self-realized, allows you to listen properly, to listen properly and to pause, to give yourself enough time to consider what is happening in that interaction, or what's happening when this person is in front of you, you see. This is the exercise that we all need to apply, you see. A little pause, and this is not an ordinary pause in the relative, it is actually energized by the Amapura, Shuddhatma. Yes, a little pause. And sit in your beautiful, blissful pause, because this file is upset around, you see. It's not a file until it stimulates a reaction within you, you see. Other people are not files. No matter what they say, it doesn't bother you, but somebody just says, Damian, somebody jokes about you or says something that he's saying, Damian, and now it's exciting a reaction from you, you see. This, this view before the puzzle arises, solve the puzzle. There are two viewpoints to solve this puzzle. Two viewpoints, you see. Whatever he's going to say, it's palabras. Whatever he's going to say, it's just words. It's just words. He might even raise his voice, But against that, I am the still one who adole chho. I am adole. I've given this word to you before, Who adole. It's in our Aptavani, the Aptavani 14. In other words, I am rock solid, still. I can never. I am such. I mean, that I never roll. Dole, if you're sitting in some of these swings, swings, people have swings, you sit in a swing. Some people even have sofas in India, especially in their patio, where they sit after lunch, and then with their feet they kind of move the chair back and forth, you see. Yeah, the people can swing your boat, they may swing Gabriel, but you are a doll. There's no way they can swing you. There's nothing they can do to move you. Move you. This is a subtle movement, and here people say something and you, oh, he said that? somebody said, oh, he said that about me. And here just now rolling in the world of kashais,
Bueno, y la madurez que adquieren las personas, aún aquellas que no están realizadas, hace que puedan hacer una pausa para considerar lo que está pasando y cuál es la persona que tienen enfrente. Entonces, cuando nosotros nos sentamos en esta hermosa pausa que podemos lograr con nuestra ciencia y nuestro conocimiento, podemos ver que las cosas desde dos puntos de vista, que son tal vez que lo que está pasando son solo palabras, y que enfrente de eso yo soy Adol, aquello que no se mueve, aquello que está firme, que no se tambalea, que no pendula. Y, y bueno, eso es lo que dijo. Long to translate.
Yeah, right. Well,
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, good. This energy, this energy is not something that you have to acquire. This energy is something that is there if it does not leak through kashais.
Y es esta energía que nosotros no adquirimos, esa energía que está y que puede ir goteando a través de nuestros kashais.
Yesterday I was listening to Merz, M-E-R-Z, okay? And he looks very serious, because now Germany is really affected by what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz, you see. Yeah. And he finally says, Iran has humiliated United States, you see. Iran has humiliated United States, you see. This is how the world operates. I am something. I am the greatest. I have the greatest army, navy, and air force in the world. It's not Iran that has humiliated United States. It is scientific, circumstantial evidences. You see? Scientific, circumstantial evidence. Of course, this is how we know. Scientific circumstantial evidence is designed to beat down all the egos of this world. Every ego that rises is going to get beaten down, you see, sooner or later.
Y este señor Merz estaba diciendo que Irán humilló a Estados Unidos a la luz de todos los problemas que tienen ellos de energía. Y nosotros sabemos que no es Irán que humilló a Estados Unidos, esa Shuddha dice, ese lugar de ese poder que tengo las armas y hago lo que quiero. Y nosotros sabemos muy bien que no es Irán quien humilló a Estados Unidos, sino que son las evidencias científicos circunstanciales que están diseñadas para bajar el ego de las personas.
You see, the physical strength and the energy is not what is visible outside. You see, the physical strength and energy of human beings, whether is inside, you see. So even if an oppressed, highly oppressed nation, you see, suffering all kinds of sanctions for 20, 30 years, you see, highly oppressed nation, you see. It may appear that they are oppressed externally, but the more oppressed you become, the more oppressed you are subject to, the more the energy of the real energy exists within, you see. The more real energy exists within, you see.
Dice Shuddha que la energía no es lo que está afuera, está adentro. Cuanto más oprimido vos estás, es cuanto más energía tenés adentro.
And when this energy is associated with knowledge, it is with knowledge and study and cultural values for centuries. This is totally different from, just the technology that, builds billions and billions dollars worth of, fighting instruments, and the brain behind it has zero knowledge or awareness, you see.
Y cuando esa energía está impulsada por conocimientos de siglos y siglos de valores y de resistencias y de resiliencia, muy, muy distinta a esa energía, aunque tengas miles de armas y millones de dólares.
Yeah. Knowledge grows with power that is used for benefit for everyone, and it gets depleted very fast when there is greed and deceit in operation, you see.
El conocimiento crece cuando vos lo usás para el bien de todos y se ve muy dañado cuando lo usás para satisfacer tu.
Yeah. So we see open greed, we see open kashais, we see the ultimate kashais, which leads to human destruction, you see. And we negate it completely, nullify it completely. In our three mantra we say Namo Arihantanam, you see. I have been through this, not only in this life, I have been through this kind of wars and destruction for infinite previous lives. Now I found the exact solution, you see, which is Namo Arihantanam, you see.
Y cuando decimos Namo Arihantana, significa que hemos visto estas destrucciones, estas guerras por infinitas vidas.
We just don't say Namo Arihantanam as a matter of saying. We have given the biggest place to Lord Simandar and Dada within the core of our being, we forget about wars and bombs. Even the slightest hurt to anyone does not escape our awareness, you see. We have become so absolutely pure. We are pure, absolute. In our purity, the slightest pain or hurt to anyone is known by us, is seen by us, you see. The slightest pain,
Por eso cuando decimos Namo Arihantana, estamos poniendo a Lord Simandar Swami y a Radha en medio, lo estamos mirando. Y eso nos hace saber no solamente la violencia grande, sino la menor herida a cualquier otro ser vivo, nosotros la podemos ver y conocer.
Vishuddhatma Bhagavan, I think we need the matcha break. Let us take the 10-minute break and then we're back, okay?
Well, I have to leave at 12 sharp. It's 20 to 12.
20. I see. Okay. Yeah, I understand. So leave. Okay. So when you leave, we close the satsang.
No.
Okay, just say.
No, I will
all right. Yeah. All
Okay.
right. So that's it. So when you say, okay, time to go now, and then we say, okay, now the time to do the darshan of the Paramatmas, the pure souls within each one here. Absolute. These are our friends here. These are our true friends. These are our friends who have known love in the real sense, who have known the heart of Lord Jesus and Lord Mahavir.
Estos son nosotros que nos vemos. Aprovechemos para ver nuestra alma pura, nosotros que somos nuestros amigos y que hemos visto a Lord Jesus y a Lord Mahavir.
Sachidanand, huh? Jason. We'll be back. We'll be back, and just to say some more of this, share, and then we. All right, so we'll continue, huh? All right, in 10
tomamos
minutes.
Un break y bueno,
yes, short
10 minutos
yeah.
de break.
10 minutes,
ya
yeah.
volvemos. Okay, thank you. Dale.
All right. So we come to the last part where we, last satsang we left one heading incomplete. Yeah. And
Vamos a la última parte que dejamos un título incompleto en el último satsang.
uh-huh. We had done all of this. Am I going too much ahead? Let me see here. To continue. This one, it is we had come to the discovery of Tirthankars. That is the the heading is the discovery of Tirthankars. And yeah. Let me see. Can you see where we were last time?
¿Alguien sabe dónde dejamos la última vez? ¿Luz?
It was the
¿No?
discovery of the Tirthankars.
Era el descubrimiento de los Tirthankars.
Page yeah, right, page 74. Yeah, this is where we are, okay? Now, we had done some part of it. It's we had done this discovery of Tirthankars until here, until this particular thing. You see, this question. So, I'm going to read from here. So it is page 76, okay? Page 76.
Página 76.
Okay. The questioner is asking, does the relative self, which is called the Pratishthit Atma, become the pure soul just through Chintavan? Chintavan, is the work of the chit. Envisioning the chit is active now.
Interlocutor. El ser relativo al Pratishthitādma se convierte en el alma pura solo a través del Chintamvan, que es la visión del ser.
And then the Darshi says, yes, that is what I'm telling you, that you have become, that is why I'm telling you that you have become the pure soul. Thereafter, so after that, if you keep saying, I am pure soul, then you will continue to become that state.
Sí, dice Dadashri, por eso te estoy diciendo que te has convertido en el alma pura. A partir de entonces, si tú sigues diciendo, soy alma pura, entonces tú continuarás convirtiéndote en este estado.
Questioner. But if I have become that which is the pure soul, what is the point in saying I'm pure soul?
Interlocutor, pero si me he convertido en esto, en el alma pura, ¿qué sentido tiene decir yo soy alma pura?
Dadashri says, well, so far it is just the conviction, the pratiti of the pure soul that has been established in you. And because the conviction has set in, the jagrutis will certainly remain, the awareness, and the developing I, that the one who used to say I am Damian, now says I am Amapura, becomes what he envisions. This envisioning is called Chintavan, and that other part, like Damin, whatever Damin was, the chit was showing, other envisioning, that envision done by someone else without self-realization is considered a psychological effect. I'm happy, I'm sad, etc. This is because it is a mental state. There is nothing mental, psychological in this. It is actually Chintavan. It is actually Chintavan. This one here, I am infinite energies. That is that is a further progress of the pure chit.
Chitanvan. Dadashri. Bueno, hasta ahora es solo la convicción, Pratiti, del alma pura que se ha establecido en ti. Como la convicción se ha establecido, el Jagruti ciertamente permanecerá. El yo en desarrollo, Pote, se convierte en lo que él visualiza. Esa visión se llama Chitanvan. Chitanvan. Y esa otra visión, la visión hecha por alguien sin tomar conciencia del ser, se considera un efecto psicológico. Esto se debe a que es un estado mental. No hay nada mental en esto. En realidad es Chitanvan.
It's a visualization with the energy of the self. You see, self says, "Oh, that dress is so beautiful in that shop." You see, the energy is going to that dress. Or we can say, "Oh, he's an Amapura." That is also, so it is visualization of the Amapura, and he is pure. He is pure. His relative self is subject to karma.
Uno puede decir, oh, aquel vestido en aquel negocio, eso es una visualización mental. Esto es decir, oh, soy alma pura, es visualizar el alma pura, es el alma pura que somos.
Yeah, I am very happy, I feel great is a psychological effect. It's a mental effect. It's the mind says, I'm very happy, it's a beautiful day, you see, and then it starts raining, thunderstorming, he can't go out, he'll say, I'm not so happy, I can't do anything. You see, so these are all psychological states. It's got nothing to do, that Chintavan, because, he says, I'm unhappy or I'm happy. He is now visualizing himself to be unhappy, you see. He is not doing the correct Chintwan now. This is for a Mahatma. Other people of the world will continue to say, I'm happy, I'm unhappy, I'm sad, I'm angry, etc. I'm angry, I'm very angry,
Yo estoy feliz, yo estoy enojado, todo eso están en el estado mental. Al momento que decís yo estoy feliz, te estás imaginando que estás infeliz. Esto es Chintamban, es solo para Mahatmas y va por un lugar distinto.
Now, this is a discovery of the Tirthankar Lords. What is the discovery? You are the pure soul. You are indeed pure. Otherwise, if you do any other envisioning, you will become like that. Therefore, I am saying that you should envision yourself as being nothing but pure. I am pure indeed. I am pure absolutely. I am pure indeed. You should say. And then you should say, Chandubai, Damian, there is no problem. Interfere as much as you want to. But I am indeed pure.
Este es un descubrimiento de los lores Tirthankar. Tú eres alma pura. Tú eres verdaderamente puro. De lo contrario, si tú haces cualquier otra visión, te volverás así. Por lo tanto, yo estoy diciendo que tú debes imaginarte a ti mismo como siendo nada más que puro. Yo soy puro de verdad. Yo soy puro de verdad. Tú deberías decir, Damián, no hay ningún problema. Interfiere tanto como quieras, pero yo soy puro de verdad.
See, there is this talk, this discussion with Damian. Damian, you do whatever you want to do. You interfere, but I am pure. Now, this final paragraph is actually the Aptasutra. This final paragraph is coming. The belief that I'm Chandubai, I know this scriptural knowledge by heart. I know Shuddha Gnan, which is knowledge through scriptural materials or listening, listening about people speaking through scriptures, Bible, Gita, etc., by heart. I know this by heart. The Lord has referred to all of them as dehadyas. It's a belief of the body. I am the body. This is because the ingrained belief, this adhyas, and that I am Chandupai, has not left. The moment one gets the realization that I am pure soul, everything will be resolved.
La creencia de que yo soy Chandubai, yo conozco de memoria este conocimiento de las escrituras. Yo conozco de memoria este Shuddha, conocimiento obtenido a través de la escucha o la lectura de cualquier materia que nos lleva más lejos de lo relativo. El Lord se ha referido a todo esto como Dehadyas, la creencia de que yo soy el cuerpo. Esto es porque la creencia arraigada, Adyas, de que yo soy Chandubai, no se ha ido. En ese momento en el que uno se da cuenta de que yo soy alma pura, todo se resuelve.
This is Aptasutra. This whole paragraph is Aptasutra 3655, okay?
El parágrafo es el Aptasutra 3655.
Well, Vishuddhatma Bhagavan, if you're interested in, last night with the Brazilians, this last two paragraphs, this much material that we read today was covered in much more detail. So it's already uploaded on Vishuddhatma, my YouTube site.
Okay.
So you can look it up, okay? Right, this one. All right, Shuddhatma.
Este material está cubierto en el sitio de Shuddha que se llama Vishuddhatma en YouTube. Se puede ver en mucha más profundidad.
All right, so wonderful. So we need to now make time for Damian to leave because he has to leave.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
No, that's all right. That's all right. That's okay.
Okay.
You can cover it up, everybody. We spent this discovery of the Tirthankar Lords, and that paragraph above it is magnificent. You should just read that in exactness, okay? Sure.
Este párrafo de los Tirthankar Lords es magnífico, léanlo bien en profundidad. We can cover it in the next Wednesday.
Okay, we could do that. All right. Okay. Shuddhatma Bhagavan. Highest namaskar. Thank you so much.
Sachidanan. Muchas gracias, Mahatma.
Thank you, Marcel.
Gracias, Shuddha.
Everyone, Rosie and Yaya and everyone, Gabriel, everyone.
Jai Sachidanan.
Jai Sachidanan. Thank you so much.
Jai Sachidanan. Thank you, Damian. Thank you. Wonderful.